distance. Our Seekonk Grand Prix Bandolero Bandit main event is ready to rock and roll. 15 laps the distance, and we have the 31 of Mason Silva, the 30 of Dave Bernier at the top of the field, ready to have at it as they come off of turn number 4. They started up. Cam waves the green flag, and we're underway as they roll down into turn 1. Luka Dib threading the needle down through turns 1 and 2.
But Silva able to pull away under that little mess in turn number 2, and Chaber fills the hole down to the bottom, double wide behind Silva, your leader as he crosses the start-finish line. Bernier using the outside groove, gets a good run. He is now side by side with Jase Chaber behind Luka Dib as he enters turn number 3.
Dib holds on to the second spot right up on the back bumper of Silva as they come off of turn 4, takes a look down to the inside, tries to get a run up down low. Gets the front spot, takes the lead off of turn 2. Here comes Silva trying back with a crossover move. Down to the bottom he goes.
Silva counterattacks, and they are 6 inches of separation into turn number 4. Dib goes up the racetrack. Now brings it down. We'll look to cross over again. Here comes Jase Chaber trying to rev up the engine, trying to find something for the leaders as they drag race into turns 3 and 4.
Luka Dib to the outside now as they come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 4. And again, Silva holds on to the top spot. Luka Dib hanging tight as they get nose to nose off of turn number 2. Luka Dib winding up that outside lane, finding himself setting the pace down into turn 3.
Crosses over and takes the lead spot away from the 31 of Silva. 5 laps on the board, 10 circuits to go. It is a 2-car length lead for Luka Dib as he enters the back straightaway with the top 4 single file into the final 2 corners.
David Bernier's moved himself back up to 3rd and starts closing in on Mason Silva in that battle for 2nd as they cross the stripe, nose to tail down into turn number 1 with 6 laps up on the board. And the battle we're watching right now is that battle for 2nd. Bernier in that white and blue number 30 right up on the back bumper of Mason Silva's green, black, and yellow number 31 as he gets a little bit crossed up off of turn number 4. Bernier moves to the inside, looks for 2nd.
Bernier and Silva stacked up, double wide for the 2nd position. Bernier pulls out by 2/3 of a car length. But 7 car lengths in front of him is the 13 of Luka Dib, who leads the charge to the halfway point. 8 on the board, 7 to go, and Luka Dib looking to put this one in cruise control in a turn 3.
Dib leads the charge down the back straight away, but Bernier sits clean in the number 2 spot, trying to close in the gap. It was a 0.9 second difference. Now it's 0.8 as Bernier running just about a 1/10 of a second quicker on the number 13. 8/10 of a second behind. 7, make it 5. Laps remaining at the stripe. Does he have enough time to close in the gap?
But Luka Dib not fazed by it. He sits comfortable. Bernier in 2nd. Bernier picked up a championship down in Connecticut earlier this week, but currently trails Dib for this one. Behind Bernier, it is a battle for 3rd with Jase Chaber finding himself a car length behind Mason Silva, trying inside, then goes out, doesn't have the run of momentum. Up front, into turn number 4, it is Luka Dib who leads by a car length with 12 laps on the board.
3 laps remaining, and Bernier has really closed in that gap down to a car length off of turn number 2. Sits up on the back bumper as they roll down into turn number 3. Twin sticks in the air 2 more times around as Bernier takes a look down to the inside. Dib trying to close the door, and he does, down into 1.
Off of 2. Dib able to stretch out now by 3 car lengths with Bernier trying to fight. Goes up top and gives Dib everything he has with Chaber and Silva double wide behind them for the moment with the white flag in the air. Luka Dib leads into turn number 2.
Final time down through turns 1 and 2 in the battle right now for 3rd as Jase Silva gets underneath the 00 of Jase Chaber up into the 3rd spot. Up front, checkered flag is out. Bernier takes a look down to the inside, but not going to have enough time as Luka Dib picks up the win. Bernier will finish in the number 2 spot. 3rd going to Mason Silva with Jase Chaber 4th, Carl Satterlund 5th, and Ayla Martin rounding out the field.
8-6 will be the official tally. Luka, congratulations. Started out front, couple guys charging behind you. It didn't really seem to faze you at all.
Yeah, there was a couple times they caught up a bit. It was like one time he was there, one time he wasn't. Towards the middle of the race, we got up there. and they started to catch up a bit at the end, but I managed to keep the position, and bring it to victory lane.
This is your best chance over the last couple of years to fight for a championship. How good does this feel for you and the team?
It feels amazing. It's really good for our points. We definitely got a chance to winning the championship, and I'm looking forward to that.
I know there's a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, DDM Setup and Maintenance, Little Chip, Diggers, Henny's Carol Lombardi, Barrington Automotive, Snap-on, Chris Grant and Sons Excavation.
Luka Dib parks it in victory, fighting for his second championship of the season. You gave Luka everything you had, just not enough time.
Yeah, the car was fast. Yeah, it was just great. I'm happy I'm second right now. It was just a great race.
I know there's a lot of people you want to thank.
I'd like to thank McDonald Industries, Greco 4, Nest Securities, Portside, Comtank, Dog Training Elite. I would like to thank Boss Lady Graphics, Gordic and Son. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother, Chris Dumont, and Dick Benoit, and everyone else that came to watch me today.
Albeit he finished second in the feature, he'll leave tonight first in the point standings, and the kid that's going to finish third in the point standings after tonight, Mason Silva, rounds out our podium. Really great action with you and Jase in the 00 throughout most of that race, and this car was pretty quick.
Yeah, fun running with Jase. Got a little bit of a crossover there on the last lap, but we had nothing for them. The car wasn't as good as we expected.
Got to feel good being in the top 4 heading into next week. I know there's a lot of people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom and dad, Critical Signs, Richie Helger Racing, my grandma and grandpa, Sid's View, A&B Excavation and Concrete, Northeast Paving, Kyle, American Seal Coat and Dumpsters, and all the fans for coming out tonight at Seekonk Speedway.
Mason Silva rounding out our top 3. Congratulations.